one.
Nobody knows what vosotros is in the Caribbean. I got a D in Spanish with my dad's help in 9th grade, and he was so pissed off.
Hello, everybody.
You know, this is ghetto Spanish on my page.
Welcome to the multilingual Icosacast.
Orale.
We lost a lot of people with the coronavirus, so.
Yeah. Wow. You
Just us now. That's a good start.
We are what's left.
Tony is sick. It might be
Kayla is
all over
also
him.
left.
That's why I'm so far away. Trying not to spread the disease.
Yeah, where you are. So, let's do.
This is probably in the way.
Are Joe and Mike maybe able to go that way a little bit?
Sure.
So I can get 3 and 2 rather than 2, and Mike on both.
Is that better?
Two-Face.
Two-Face. That looks, let me say, amazing. Thank you.
There we got Tony by himself eating salty steak.
Yeah.
Salty.
Every once in a while you have to jump on some salty meat, and that's the time. Well, welcome to Icosacast episode 24 now. We've officially been doing this for 24 weeks.
Woo.
Very exciting.
Wow. Plus session 0. 6 months?
Plus session 0, plus a
6
planning
months of Magic
day.
Islands.
6
Oh,
months?
yeah. Shit. And we haven't even made it that far.
Baron died.
Got so high
Knock died.
and got so far. That's all I got. No new stuff on. We haven't had new stuff for a while. I think we're working on some bigger projects. So we have. It'll be better when it comes out, but it just takes longer to.
New art coming on the way. I mean,
Yeah.
some of that in the works.
Some new art. If for Rhode Island locals, if you happen to be at the Cranston Public Library this upcoming Wednesday,
Don't dox us.
play some D&D. Don't what?
Never mind.
I don't know what that means. I'm not cool. And with the lingo. You gonna join us there? Sugar
I'm
Plum?
trying to breathe and send me to do laundry 5 seconds before this.
Okay.
You
I
asked
guess you
Tony
can
won't
breathe.
die. He's going to be over there on the sick camera.
What?
He said you want some salty meat.
Yeah. So we will be up.
It's actually very salty.
We will be up on Twitch to chat if people are around. That's almost definitely gonna happen.
I'll be playing Inda tonight, just in case you make it up a little bit.
What's happening?
I'm playing Inda tonight.
Okay. Hopefully, play everybody else.
Who hasn't done a recap yet? Someone want to recap where we?
Can I be the official recapper since I take such good notes?
Yeah, thank you,
Kayla, you have a new job now. You're the official recapper. Why don't you let us know what happened while I go through my pile of papers and find the notes?
Also, I have
Thank you.
Turok's character
I don't think
sheets
I
in
remember
case
any.
I don't know where we landed on that.
I don't think I
So last week
can't read.
on Icosacast, we resumed our battle. Talius was crushed by a unicorn.
What are you eating?
The unicorn teleported Zephahim and Badi and Turok away from danger, leaving Bree and Indo running away, and who else is left? Ten and somebody else, and Talius stuck in the middle of the crowd. Back at camp, at the Prakerkriti camp, we have people mourning over the death of the child that I killed, and then
Kayla, you didn't kill the child.
Yes.
oh
You
sorry,
ran
the
back.
child that Bree killed, and then Turok and Zephahim and Badi return to go to the funeral.
You put a lot of work into this.
You sure did.
Me? What? Badi meets with Alvin Hukos. They reconsider the plan. Blah blah blah. The death of Nana Babu. There was some discussion of witch magic because of the storm after she died. I took a lot of notes last week. Damn.
There's a lot of talking.
They built a visit they built their village in order to quiet the earth, and that was a discussion because normally the Prakerkriti move around as opposed to settling in a village, which is considered unnatural. It took a really long time, but we finally got Zephahim's story about being ordered by his boss to get something that the Ox people supposedly had. He went with his brother. His brother was killed by Nana Babu, and then he killed Nana Babu, etc., etc. Finding that what he was looking for did not actually exist. Damn.
You're giving too thorough a recap.
I mean, you can give like the last few things that happened, not like from the beginning.
Well,
very thorough, possibly too thorough.
something is wrong with the river. We don't know what's wrong with the river. We get on a raft.
It gets really smart.
Remember what you guys ate for lunch the day before?
No,
It might
I don't
come
have
up
that
again.
written down.
Well.
We maybe saw the Aga from whatever frickin' town that was that we were passing.
Possibly true.
It's possible.
But we're not sure. She was sitting in the water. That's all I
think it
got.
was her.
That's it. Now I'm done.
That fucking bitch.
Did you get all that? Internet?
Zephahim's brother's name is Beligas. And
Was.
It's actually Veligaz, but you know,
And he's DED.
this is Zephahim like to say.
Belly
Yeah, Veligaz. It's the accent. Well, yes,
Oh, okay. You are a fool.
Veligaz.
Correct. And we left off with all of you on your raft, the Grey Axe.
Yes, I said that.
Rafting your way down the river. I believe where we left off, you were you had already passed the town of Falindar, and were heading southward from there on the river.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Found
As
it.
you go towards your right, are those large pillars of stone,
Trapdoor?
almost like plateaus raising
Terminator.
out of the ground. You know that the town of Golonin
Can you
is
tell I'm
tucked
excited
away.
about this?
Yes.
Is tucked away in there. And the next town that you will hit on your southern journey, which you've been going all night long, will be Moped, where one of you may have left part of your soul and face.
Who is that?
What?
I'm kidding. That was. I'm not serious.
And that is where we
After
find,
that recap, did you think that was a serious question?
and that is where we find ourselves. The day cloudy. Looks like it may rain later, though for now it is still dry as you continue along, looking at these high columns. And certainly with the rainy season having started, it looks, because remember you guys went through these big plateau-like structures rather than going past the river. And even now, it looks like it would be nigh on impassable to try to do it on foot from this direction. The water has already started to rise a bit in the river, but you know from living beside it your lives that it will certainly continue to deepen.
We can see Moped.
No. You can see, because Mopit is like way off the way, but you can see like the big rises, almost like cliff-like structures. You can see some goats running around the very top of them. They are high up there.
So we should be passing Moped now. I think we should keep going. Let's definitely not stop here.
Why not?
Why would we stop here?
I may have some unfinished business here.
What business is that?
None of your concern.
If we're stopping, I think it's my concern.
Don't you remember when I was in Decafen?
I do remember when you were in the Kaifen. I just want to know what it is you want to do with the Kaifen.
It's not Decafen that I want.
Is it Yaga?
They don't give a shit about the car or the Kaifen,
What do you want, your face back?
so to speak, I suppose.
Understandable.
They take something from me, I want it back. You do not have to stop here. I think eventually we need to come back here. Or at least I do. Chalius, why are you being so quiet?
Just listening.
You weren't even here for this.
They took his face.
I can see that.
Don't be like someone who assumes.
No, I didn't assume the people did.
What does assuming do?
What did you assume?
Oh,
Did you think that I
The
got into
devil,
a street fight?
no, some.
Did you think that she bit his face off?
Why would I think that?
I don't know. That's
Probably.
pretty-
What
pretty
she
offensive.
did you just gesture at? Me or Bati? Ah, okay.
A deal, maybe? A sacrifice to a demon or a devil?
What did make
We
you
see those things.
You see these things?
Yes, maybe we do it. Power, money, love. You know. It's not uncommon.
Do I believe him?
We're going by, we're
Like
just
he-
drifting by.
like he even knows these things?
I don't know.
It's pretty wise.
Did you read this in a book?
Yeah. What else would I
Yeah.
You are making it very difficult to believe and take seriously.
I read books, they tell me things, whether I believe it.
They tell you about demons and devils.
Yes. You've never read a book about God? Or
I have never read a book. Ever.
Well, you guys aren't quite there yet.
Does this make you
You haven't quite made it.
angry or upset?
Oh. There's no reason to be upset.
No,
being
you're right.
attacked.
There's not.
It's interesting, it's very interesting.
Why is it interesting? I
Because
cannot
I've never
read.
Because I've never seen. Well, I mean, you should learn to if you can.
Why?
For the knowledge.
I have lived this long without it.
It's just stories. It's like a daydream,
You could tell me the stories yourself.
if you'd like.
I don't know how much I like your voice.
That's what I'm saying.
Buddy, would you like to stretch your legs?
I'm fishing right now in the river.
Oh,
Spirit fishing.
Good.
Indo, what do you think about what Talia says? He reads all these books.
I haven't seen him reading a single book.
Do you read books?
Yes, when I can.
I did not know this.
I see him keep a journal. If he can write, then he can read. Probably.
I can write, I just don't.
So then you can read.
I can write certain things.
So then
You
you
were
can
a fool.
read. So.
I do know some words, yes.
Okay.
And then you just,
I did not need this growing up on the streets of Dalbaz.
That's all I had to do. When I
My
was
brother
young.
could read and write, and he did these things for me.
Oh, sorry. My bad. My bad, dude.
Can you read a book, buddy?
What?
Can you read? Is this something your people do?
We have symbols.
It's similar, yes. But can you read the words that you speak like they can?
We don't write in our language.
I see. How do people remember this language? Just passed down? Speaking to the next. The younger.
Yep.
Wealth of knowledge today.
This is odd, but I suppose it works. See, you don't need to read.
Why would I not need to read? Reading is important.
Buddy does not read, I don't read,
Reading is important to me.
but not important.
Hey, fighting is not important to everyone either. Religion is not important to everybody.
It should be.
Money is not important to everybody.
It
I
should
read
be.
music.
Thank you, Brie.
You're welcome.
You don't read music.
Oh,
this
no.
is clearly reflected in how you play.
I've been getting much better. I resent
How
that.
fast is the current right now?
Not very. You're still not that far downriver, where it starts to pick up a little more speed. It's still it's quicker than it is right outside of Chalnagar, where it really starts to slow down. And once the rains start full, which is anytime in the month you're in, it'll go a lot quicker. But today, it's not terribly quick. It's kind of like lazy moseying down this river.
Okay.
We should stop at Motel.
That sounds like an interesting idea.
You don't have to agree, but
Stop for a day, I suppose, and
It's
Go
either
back
gonna
on the
go
river.
really poorly or just fine. What do you think, Buddy? Should we stop?
The last time we stopped, we almost died.
fair enough. And I will find a way to return here.
shouldn't be difficult to get back when you need to.
I would like to return.
No, you would not.
I walked through. It wasn't that bad.
This place is terrible.
It's pretty bad.
I didn't stay, but it was okay as I walked through quickly.
The only place that I have any real inclination to want to stop, and honestly, geographically, I'm not sure if we would have already passed it or not, but stop and grab one of the bones of Nock.
So that Nock was actually buried up in the large plateau rocky structures that you're passing currently. That's where he's up on the road almost up to going in.
Why do you want Nock's bones?
I have Baron's hand.
Do you really?
Yes.
This thing is goopy.
Yep,
I'm
it's-
sorry. I don't know how much of a hand because it's been now over a month. I don't
It's
know
good.
exactly what you
It would be
have
skeletal at this
left.
point.
It would be
If I have a
skeletal.
skeleton hand, that's fine.
At the rate of
Yeah, 30
deterioration,
days
yeah.
is decomping.
Can you
Yeah,
figure
and I
out
think
what
you
it would
all had a real tough time with Inda carrying around this hand as it was getting to the point of becoming skeletal.
Once it's skeletal, it's fine.
You know, rubbing some dirt on it didn't really do it. You were walking around with a massive stink for quite a while. But it's to the point now where it's, fairly skeletal hand.
So why do you need something of Nox? You barely even knew him.
Well, how well did we know? How long did we know Baron, like time-wise?
You knew him much longer than you knew Nock. I knew Nock longer than you.
Wouldn't you want to carry around something of Nox then to remember him
I
by?
have his dagger, not his bones.
Well, one seems more important. Would you rather
His weapon.
Would you rather his bone just lay out in the wilderness?
You shouldn't disturb the dead.
If you feel that way. Always
Nock's already stuck somewhere. We don't know where he is.
How do you know that?
Because we've seen him. We know he's stuck. We don't need to disturb his grave and potentially make things worse for him.
All right, that's fine.
could take their bones and make
A soup?
a soup good. I don't think it would taste very good though.
That is what people do with bones.
Cookbook.
Why are we talking about this? He was my friend.
Inda brought it up.
There's an idea.
What do you want with these bones, anyways?
Who knows what the future can hold for these things?
Okay.
That wasn't an answer.
Well, he's.
I don't know.
He's on kind of a right track. I am carrying around devil blood, and I don't know what it will do. So.
Besides,
You okay? So you did. You have the devil blood?
Are you speaking in complete sentences?
I'm not just never seen any, and I'd like to.
It is
coagulated.
pretty dry by now.
It's like a big scab.
Is there any I could have? Maybe take
Ask for space.
For what reason?
Ask for space.
to take notes and experiment with and
Sure.
consume some maybe.
I would toss in my
Toss it.
water
Is
skin.
Water skin, a 5-pound water skin full of devil's blood.
Is devil's blood a hallucinogenic?
Drink it.
You don't know.
Drink it. Drink it.
I drank a sip of it before, but nothing more than that.
I would never drink it. But
don't want to drink 5 pounds of devil blood right there at the spot.
I'm gonna take one of my ropes. Can I soak the rope in some of the devil blood?
I'm gonna go with this.
It's not liquid. It's
It is
it's
not.
cold.
It's not liquid.
Oh,
It's
it's
no,
been
this
over
was
a month.
well
Oh, yeah,
over
that's
a
right,
month
yeah.
and over a month and a half.
So it might be solid.
I mean, if you
It is, and it's in the water skin.
It's a
right?
scab.
So like toothpaste, I squeeze a little bit of it out
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
and like
Heave.
take it off.
Sure.
I'll give the water skin back.
I just listened to an entire series about a serial killer, and you were really grossing me out more than that.
But so
Rub it on
now
your teeth.
what are you doing?
I'm gonna mess with it while we're on the river.
Sure.
Elves
You
usually
can-
like this?
Try and light it on fire. Smell.
Light it
You know,
on
stuff
fire.
like that. It's devil's blood.
So it's black. It's almost like black, right? The way it is now, and how are you gonna try to light it on fire? 'Cause it's on your finger right now. I'm into this.
Well, I'd light a torch
Okay.
and then put a little bit over it and see if it lights on fire. The glob. So it's like a decent sized
Yeah.
glob too. It's not just like
Yeah, like no, you took the
Yeah.
the toothpaste and got a glob onto your finger, so you're ready to. Okay. And you do, and it I don't know if coagulated blood burns.
I would if it was it's devil blood,
Google
right?
it. Google
Devil.
it.
It's-
Probably, yeah.
Well, devils and
resistant
demons are
even.
both resistant to fire damage. So I would doubt it combusts.
so it would repel.
Not
or-
repel, just it would
That
probably
was
have
a
no
cool
effect.
visual.
It would probably have no visual effect whatsoever.
Okay. Well, that's all.
Yeah.
Again, I'll
Okay.
research for him to note
Sure.
down, and then I'll take a little bit and I'll try and put it in the water and see if it dissolves into the water.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know.
And then a demon's born.
Yeah.
No.
Or-
It's
yeah.
all
Okay,
warm
so that's
up.
what that's
and
what
the rest
you're
of it,
doing.
I'll try and I don't know, fashion something to keep it in.
Okay. What are you gonna try to keep it in? Do you have something?
Tupperware.
What is Tupperware?
You know what I can do? I'll take a piece of the hemp rope I have,
Yeah.
cut a piece of my bedroll, put it in there, tie a knot, and tie it to my belt.
Okay, so you have this little makeshift pouch of a glob of demon's blood. Okay.
Yep.
Add a
For
glob of
future testing.
pouch with glob of demon's blood to your inventory.
Sweet.
Guys are fucking weird.
Okay. Other than that, the day continues with your lazy moseying down the Shanhira River. As you look up, it's hard to see the sun, though you can guess its general position through all of the clouds, and eventually, bloop, 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 as the rain begins rather quickly and in full.
Rain?
Rain. Yes.
Not
Yes.
again.
Very much so rain. The rain is plentiful as it falls onto the river, obscuring your ability to see the shore on either side for much of the way.
How possible is it for us to use our animal skins that we would have for camping or whatever and rig it up so that way we could keep ourselves dry on the raft?
Is that what you want to do?
I go fishing now. That's raining.
Okay.
I jump in.
You jump in.
Oh yeah.
Body disappears off the
Disappear.
side. I think that Turok has probably already been swimming in some sort of fishy form for a while himself.
I would help
That's what I'm doing.
try and fashion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
would you like to help too?
No.
Okay.
Alright. Roll a survival check.
Do you have survival as a skill or no?
I do not. No.
Neither do I. So let's both roll.
Okay.
I got 12.
9.
Yeah, you guys do okay. There's kind of like an area towards the center, and I think it's kind of mostly out towards the towards that pole in the center of the raft. You kind of have to duck underneath it, and it's definitely better than being out in the open, but it's not like a fashioned roof on the raft or anything like that. You're trying to, everything's getting soaked as you're trying to do it too. You guys don't have tents or anything, right?
No.
Like you're using like
Well,
I don't.
no, I don't.
Yeah, you don't really have any waterproof fabric, right?
Last time we went
So
to
it's-
any sort of market, someone decided to. Never mind.
Yeah, it's all getting soaked as you're trying to do it, so it's a little bit better. But as you get towards the later afternoon, you are all thoroughly soaked. I would say Body is plenty able to catch enough fish for you guys. You have the survivalist trait, right? Or
my
background.
I'm gonna go for one big fish though.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to get the biggest fish that you can get.
Yeah.
One of
Okay.
the
That's the way I roll, man.
Sure.
I don't get little.
Oh yeah. All right. So let's why don't so to
One that
try
has
to
hit points.
find this fish. Why don't you roll a survival check?
Oh Jesus. Not great. 12.
Okay. It takes you a while. And you're kind of like shaggy, the water running down as you keep coming up for air and having to chase on with the raft. For a while, you just hold on to the back of the raft, get some breaths in, and then you go back down, and you see it. And it's almost following along the bottom of the raft at this point as it goes. It's a big fish.
What species?
What color?
A little hard to tell. I mean, you're underwater, right? There's,
I'm not underwater.
it's not super clear, the water itself, but you definitely see like this shadow of a rather large fish moving under the raft.
I'll take my javelin and I'll just try to. Yeah.
Are javelins one of those weapons that are?
It's fine underwater.
That's one of the ones that's fine underwater, right?
Totally
I haven't
fine.
tried it.
It's
so-
not thrown.
Not
Just if you
thrown.
don't try
Okay. Roll to attack.
Thrusting weapons are fine. Slashing, bludgeoning, all that is the one that's.
Thunder only
Oh, and you can't throw it, but
happens
it's
when
outside
it's
of range. It's
raining.
12. That is just enough, I think. I give fish a +2.
Hey man, I'm not gonna fish this.
Dex.
Yeah. So yeah, you go and you feel it spear and it kind of bucks. Roll for damage with a javelin. Is it D6 javelin or D8?
Let's go 10.
10 damage. At this point, I think you spear it. It's not quite enough to kill it. As this thing kind of like
Alright, I'll take a second attack at it.
okay, because you get 2 in a turn.
Geez, same thing. 12.
12.
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, no, that's actually better. I'm sorry. That's 15.
Okay, and then I think with that second, you step inside and it tries to get away, but with the second one, you go and you hit it, and it just kind of like stops moving, kicking every once in a while in the water.
Alright, I'll grab it. Take it up.
Yeah, the water around you starts to pool with its blood as you grab it and take it out. And roll a D12.
11.
This is a 22-pound fish.
Oh, baby.
This is a big fucking fish as you slap it up on the side.
It's heavier than Bray.
Yep.
I'll take a moment to think it.
Yeah, you can see it, and as everyone like huddling underneath this one area towards the center, silver, shiny scales that are just glistening,
Always the same.
almost like there's oil on the side of it, right? But it's just the way it's
22
catching the
pounds?
bit of light coming through.
Every 25 minutes.
Yeah, and definitely you can, if you got a dagger or a knife, you can clean it, gut it.
Do you know how to
I don't think Body cleans fish. I think she just eats it.
clean these fish properly?
Gollum
Body?
style.
Yes.
If not, I can teach you.
Well, we need to get to a fire, so I suggest we find a spot to
That's quite a fish.
pull the raft over.
Yeah, and it is a bit later into the afternoon as you clear those stone pillars going out of the ground, and you know that you are right on the river on the outskirts of Mopit, which really just like abuts the back of this
Did I kill anyone in
formation.
Moped?
What'd you say?
Did I kill anyone in Moped?
Not yet.
I don't remember.
I don't think I did.
What's his name from?
I
No,
thought-
you did not.
I
Fair-
lost track of who you killed,
No,
who you did not.
Body, I'm fairly certain you did not. We went. Zephahim lost his face.
This
And then we
one,
left.
yes. The Agar was that strange man. We met Tanaki here.
Where was Mungus?
Yes, Tanaki would. No, Mungus was in Bug City.
Ah, right.
Go on here.
Unless we wanted to sleep out in the rain, I suggest
I
we.
do not want to ever do that again.
I see you did nice work there with the skins, but I don't think it's going to keep us dry.
No, not at all. But hey, I did what I could.
If we go to Mopit, they may let us stay.
Why wouldn't they let us stay?
We didn't kill anybody.
No.
Didn't we steal the nose ring?
We didn't steal it. It was
No,
given.
it was given to us.
Well,
I'm just asking.
Sorry.
It was bartered for. What does it say it was given?
Tanaki says, "Oh, me and Turok, we can stay with the raft and make sure it stays safe."
That sounds great.
Perfect.
I'm a real boy.
Why are you speaking turtle?
Maybe I'm mixing up these places, but I seem to remember you bring a goat to a place, and we were able to stay there because
that
you
was
brought the goat.
Falendar. No, yes, and they fucked it up.
Fine, going on mean.
Falendar was a good town, but I don't remember
I
anything.
would not say any of them are good towns, but sure.
Townsend.
They almost laid with the old one.
Gallon.
What's wrong with you?
Tonight, you never know.
Hey, maybe Gallon's still there, you know what I mean? Hey!
Alright. I'm disturbed now.
I don't know
You
what he
would lay with
means.
an old woman?
Listen, what
For
they
what
say.
reason? I don't know what they say.
You don't know how old he is. Don't you live for a natural length of time? How old are you, Inda?
How old am I? 25.
No. Not very old at all.
He's younger than me.
Alright.
He's a child.
I'm older than you.
You're all children.
I hope so. Look at you.
What the fuck does that mean?
Nothing.
Alright, so you guys are making your way into Mopet.
Yeah.
Alright,
I'm taking the fish with me.
yeah. As you once were walking town to town holding the body of a tiny little gnome, you now, I was about to say, that, the last time you walked into Mopet, right? You had Nox's body?
Did I?
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah, yeah.
So we.
He propped him up and
Knock was
we
killed in
at
a
this-
small village outside Del Bosch.
Yeah.
Then we went to Moped.
So Mungus did die here.
No, he didn't die here. He died in.
Everyone listen to the
Golan
last
Inn.
episodes.
I'm
just
chat with us.
He died in Golan Inn.
Why does Tanaki sound like I can't say that name on air. Don't kill anyone in this town. We'll see what happens. As you guys
You can't tell us what to do.
as you guys enter, soaking wet, the town of Mopit. Again, the outer unlike the
Is that guy still sitting there? Can we see from the?
you're not there yet.
Okay.
But unlike coming in from the south and going out among the road, where the outsides of the road are like ramshackled huts, here the
Listen, going in.
while you have the better part of a mile between the town and the river, the homes closest to the river actually look a little bit nicer than the others. Still nothing great, right? Mopit is a famously very, 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 poor town. Yes.
I know that.
But these houses, though single story, possibly are more than single room. There might be a couple rooms in there.
Okay, I have 2 kills.
and
And
they-
one was Mungus. And it was in Golan Inn.
And they don't look like they're going to fall apart necessarily. As you start walking through the muddy streets, and it just seems that this is what happens every time you enter this town, sloshing through the mud, and other people walking around, looking around hurriedly, as if their industry will not stop that which it is. Ooh, the great sound of airy grape juice. And you continue on further towards the center of the town, following that great white bell tower, the Kai-Fen in the center. And as you get closer and closer, you do indeed see that platform raised up to the strangely not ground level door of this particular Kai-Fen. covered as it is, and sitting under it, perfectly dry, is the same Aga you saw a couple months back at your last trip here. He doesn't seem to pay much attention, just as you're walking in. He's actually looking up towards the sky, though the rain is falling so hard.
It was raining last time too, wasn't it?
It was.
The inn is right off that square, right?
It is.
It was
Okay.
Falindar.
Yeah.
He definitely killed him in Golanine because that was where we met
Oh my
him.
god, guys.
We will
Mungus
discuss
Mungus
this
died
in
and
a
going in. Yes.
I'll start walking towards the inn.
Sure. And to do this, you walk right past the platform. And again, the gentleman doesn't lower his head, doesn't even seem to realize that
What are
you're.
the kaifen made out of? They wood or stone?
It's a white wood
Okay.
that you have never seen the tree grow. And actually the planks of it are probably too thick to be able to find these trees. And most of the trees that you have are very skinny. The larger ones that you have, it's almost like you took the whole bolt of it. But these are like planks of wood that go up. And yeah, it's like an off-white wood darkened by black. Like the wood patterns and grain going through it. But yeah, though all of the kaifen seem to be made out of the same material, you have never seen a tree or wood source of any kind that would produce it.
So they're not made out of boulders and rock.
No, definitely wooden towers.
Oh, okay.
So before we go in,
Try to burn them down.
and eat, drink, sleep, and leave.
That sounds good to me.
Okay?
Maybe
Good.
we shouldn't drink.
Sure.
No, we need to drink.
I agree.
He may
Not
lead to
neg-
killing.
Not negotiable. Good. I'll walk in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, you guys walk in soaking wet. You aren't the only ones, right? There's some people in here. It's not super busy. You remember it was actually very busy last time you were here. But it's a bit more subdued. There are definitely people who have come in recently, right? They have their cloaks hanging on hooks by the fire and are next to the fire themselves, trying to not warm up so much as have the heat help dry them off, right? It is not a cold day by any means.
Right.
So
damp.
very, very damp. Damp to the bones, damp. As you walk in with a bar off to the side, some tables set up. And the bartender sees you all come in and looking you all over, a bit like, what the hell kind of group is this walking into my bar? But come on in, have a seat, get nice close by the fire, if you will. At this point, most people are by the fire. There's a couple other people scattered about, but really only probably a dozen people here in total, and it's a fairly large, spacious place. Where are you guys gonna go?
I'm gonna go sit down.
Sit at the table.
As close to the fire as I can.
Sure. Yeah, you head over, take the table, the open table closest to the fire, which you can't feel too much of the heat, but it's the kind of thing where you sit down, you're like, once those guys move, maybe we can table hop a little bit.
Are there any particularly seedy or interesting looking characters in the place?
Make a perception check. 9. You'll remember how they deal with seedy type people in Golon Inn, which is to throw them head first into the kaifen. Decidedly, people look pleasant. They kind of like wave to you as you sit down, and they seem to be in a fairly decent mood, even with all the rain and shittiness of the weather. Yeah, no one really that catches your eye. A couple halflings almost closer by the entrance, although they
Are
seem
we
to.
in Mo Pit or?
You
We're
are
in
in
Mo
Mo
Pit.
Pit, yes.
Okay.
Breach.
I'm telling
Right.
you that. Okay.
What?
Mungus died in Golon Inn.
Where was the Hilltop Tavern?
That
In
was
Golon
That was
Inn.
Golden. That was Golden.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
For real. Yep.
That was the Battle of Hilltop.
The Battle
It
of
was the Battle of Hilltop. I thought
That was
Hilltop
in
was in
Golden.
Mo Pit. Okay.
No,
I'm
because
sorry.
that was
I'm
where they
wondering-
were infested with bugs.
Yeah.
Isn't
One
that-
hundred percent sure.
I'm gonna go to Inda. Let's go and
Sorry.
get rooms. Come on.
All right, let's go.
Go up to the bar.
What do you have? And it's this younger looking tiefling man, almost like a dark greenish skin, almost like a forest green looking, and just the tiniest little horns. But instead of coming out of the forehead like they tend to, they're actually coming like right out of the side. It's almost like a pretending to be a predator kind of thing. He's like, what do you have? Coin to spend? Barter? What's it gonna be?
What do you have for rooms?
Rooms. We have rooms available. Yeah.
How many?
How many are you looking for? We're pretty. You know, there's some taken, but pretty open.
How about 2?
3.
3? 3.
3.
Sure.
No.
Yeah, we could do that.
Great.
Certainly. So, are you looking just for the evening?
Just for the evening.
Okay. Yeah. So, meals included, and all that.
Of course.
That would be 1 hex. I can give you the room.
Slam my fish down on the bar.
Whoa! Or would you prefer to barter?
I need to talk to this.
My grandmother
fish.
here. My grandmother here
You.
comes from a culture of bartering more than coin, and she is under the impression that providing food for your establishment will be more than sufficient for getting rooms for a lot of us.
Oh, we got fish.
Considering 1 heck is a very steep price.
It is true. I do
Well,
recall.
I mean,
I
two,
recall a couple of months ago, the last time we were here.
2 points for a room plus dinner and breakfast.
Isn't this like the dirt ass poor town?
Yeah, I'm
where, like,
fairly
somebody
certain
got
that last time we were here
fucking-
it was like a point for like 2 rooms.
All right.
We will give you 2 points for these rooms.
2 points for 3 room.
That is what I said.
Roll a intimidation check.
Are you yelling from the
Can I
table?
assist him by looking fucking?
Yeah, you can
I
roll
hope
at
so.
advantage with everything else. Sure.
16.
6.
You're gonna lose your other half of your
I can
face.
do 2 points in the fish.
I think we can do that. Thank you. That's a wonderful idea. I'm glad you had it. I extend my hand to shake his hand.
Yeah, of course. I will say, it's not including drinks, of course. If you want a drink, it's a little extra, but
That's fine.
Fair enough.
yeah, I mean
He said the drinks were included in the price before.
the food is
The food, not
the-
the-
another point would keep the drinks flowing, though.
I put
Half
3
hex no fish for food and drink.
I
Half-
don't need the fish.
I want the fish.
Half hex.
I put
Can I hear what they're saying?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
I put-
throw the point.
I put 3 points on it. I already got.
Can I try to catch the point you just threw?
Yeah, roll a dice.
I put 3 points on the table. Thank you for being so understanding. What was your name again?
My name is
It wasn't a hard thrust.
Jebba.
Jebba.
Jabba 12.
Yeah, you snatched the point out of the thing.
Jebba, thank you.
Of
As
course.
I'm shaking his hand and say, Zuriel. Zuriel Sundown. Pleasure to meet you.
Jebba Dyer?
I put the slam the point.
That's what I was going for, and then I just shortened
I
it.
put the point on the bar and I said, "Go, bro.
Of course, yeah. Are you guys sitting over there? I can bring glasses. I can bring.
I'm going to dress the fish for you."
You're
Oh, this is gonna be. You might want to step back.
gonna.
Not close.
I mean, usually we just cook it. We don't put clothes on it.
Last time
Must fit
I
in
gave
every
him a
box.
goat. He over-seasoned it.
Oh,
Grandmother, relax. It's okay. You can dress the fish.
Thank you.
You have seasoning for the.
Oh.
I have season. What do you eat here? Mud.
Well, we eat a lot of roots. That's pretty plentiful. This time,
This is what I
Do you
tried
have
it.
salt?
If he sits me fit.
salt. We don't have any salt.
Oh no.
What are you, allergic to salt?
This is what I mean.
They're very
Give the
poor.
fish. They can't cook the
They're
fish.
very poor.
It tastes like shit.
It tastes like shit when it rots.
We don't have salt money.
We just gave you half a hex.
I mean, it's kind of slow right now. Usually when merchants are passing through, they stay here, but we don't have too many people passing through right about now. Man, yeah, nice salted fish sounds really.
What do you have
You opened it.
to season it with?
We just put it on the fire until it gets crispy.
That sounds delicious.
Jebba, walk with me. Walk with me for a moment. Walk with me, please.
Well,
quickly.
I could bring you some cups and a go-grow if
Jebba, I recommend you come with me.
behind the bar. I gotta stay here.
Walk with me. Walk with me. We'll walk back to the kitchen area.
Yeah, he walks to the end of the bar with you. Yeah.
Do you see how big she is?
Yeah.
She is very hungry. Certainly, you must have something in your kitchen.
I do have.
Anything.
Usually we do a stew. Put some vegetables in the stew.
Bring out whatever you have.
Boil it.
Please.
So she wanted fish.
Bring out whatever you have.
I have to roll a dice.
Please.
I can. Of course.
Thank you.
We gotta cook it. It's gonna go bad.
Do I see a place where I could go play some music?
There's no
Wherever
stage
you
or
want.
anything. But I mean, certainly you could. There's some chairs. You could step up on a chair, step up on a table.
I'm going to step up on a chair and play my fiddle.
Okay. So Bree just takes out her fiddle, just hops up onto the chair and gets ready.
Bowie, I have to roll the dice. Bowie.
Oh, we said no, don't do it.
So as he goes to get you guys some drink and food, Bree starts to play. Roll a performance check, Bree.
Curse.
That is 7?
Mhm.
I'm good. 12.
She plays, and it's a little. She's not warmed up really, so the rhythm isn't quite there, and the speed that she's played at before isn't quite there. But it's not. It's passable.
The strings are wet.
God, I hope my fiddle's not wet. That'd be a huge problem.
Probably. I don't know how nice of a case you have.
Oh, Bree. I
Um.
appreciate you trying.
I could switch to the flute.
It's
I could
good.
try
Keep
singing.
going.
Well,
Don't
yeah, you're
tip.
playing. So, and then as she's playing.
While
he
I'm
brings-
playing, I'm going to sing.
Oh god.
What are you singing? Let's hear it. You already rolled the performance check. There's no
You gotta
separate
sing it.
performance
You
check.
gotta
She
sing
bang,
it.
she bang.
Let's hear it.
Who let the dogs?
Thunder only happens when it's raining.
Oh, Bree, that is
Amazing.
not good.
I need to use the bathroom.
I am
A nice large tankard of a go-grow is brought over with cups for each of you. A bowl of rather flavorless stew.
What did you bring me to help with the fish, though?
Ow! He doesn't have seasoning.
I don't need. What is it? What's in the soup? I'm gonna fucking figure this out. What's in the goddamn soup?
Yeah, so there are.
What's in the soup, Mungus?
What's in the goddamn soup?
Onions, some yams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
So it's more like the natural flavors that are present in that. There's not
You
really.
could base.
Yeah. It's a little. It's a very earthy.
Could base.
What is this based?
It's when you take the juices, the flavor, fat, and you or the stew, and you just kind of put it over the fish so it
What
cooks
is he
in it.
doing?
So
Jebba.
it cooks.
Yeah.
It cooks
Jebba.
in the flavor.
Yes, yeah.
Is it another?
Is there a place
Yes.
anywhere near here that
Based
sells
on it.
spices?
Crazy.
Or anything
Uh,
like that?
I mean, if there was, if there was a seller moving through, we don't have any.
Marketplace? You don't have a marketplace at all?
Oh.
You guys can't eat fish
Not
without
really.
seasoning.
Baste the fish, Delius.
Do your
Show
elf.
me. Show me. how you do it.
Do your elf ways. Go.
I
Use
will,
your battle axe.
Do you want to clean it for me? the fish?
I cleaned it up. I cleaned
Okay,
it
you
up.
did?
It's in the water,
It's
wasn't
been cleaned.
Do you have any?
Is it in scale?
No, I did that
Probably
before
not.
using it.
Whatever
Okay.
your answer question is, probably not.
Deboned.
Do they have any like? I guess they wouldn't have any pans, but like a rock. No, seriously, like a clean rock. I'm dead serious. This is what I want. I need a rock. I need a stick.
Oh, this is
And I need
Use your axe blade.
or a string. Actually, I won't do that. I'll take my hemp rope, my rope. I'll
Yeah.
take it outside.
Sure.
I'll get it all wet. I'll let it stay there for a little bit.
Okay.
I'll then take. I'll let it sit. I will then.
I'm hungry.
I'll then take.
Fuck, he's gonna smoke it. This is what he's waiting for.
Is there a flat rock?
This is gonna be how he dies.
He's a genius.
Is there a flat rock?
I mean, maybe if you go down by the river, you could find one.
There's no rocks like where we are.
Level 20.
I mean, there's rocks outside, but not. There's not like large
Level 20
stone.
chef.
I will try and go and find a flat rock.
Oh, so this is happening over the course of a long time. What are you guys
No,
doing?
no. Well, long time.
You're taking the
Are there any
rope, you're
hot
getting
halflings
it
in
wet,
the bar?
you're going half a mile down to the river, picking up a rock, dragging a giant 50-pound rock back.
It's
with
not.
you.
No. It doesn't have to be. Listen, it's not a 50-pound.
Your hand's
rock.
going like this. That's a big rock.
That's but when it's thin
What do you need the rock for?
to cook,
Use your axe blade.
I don't want
The
to
spicy axe.
I don't want to ruin my axe.
Don't ruin your axe to put in the fire. What does it mean? Ruin your axe?
I've never done this before.
Metal.
Look, it's what?
It's metal. You could put the heat.
Metal.
Never cooked on your axe blade before, Delius?
No.
The blood of your
This may
enemies.
change everything. All right, fine. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll take my axe out.
Yeah, just cut the meat over and over and over again and put it in a sandwich.
I'll put the meat. Put the string through one of the pieces of meat.
Yeah.
Hang it. Let that cook. And the other piece, I'm gonna put. Put my axe blade in.
Yeah.
Let it heat up real hot.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm gonna sear that
Oh.
motherfucker.
Give me
Oh.
back the filet of fish.
Sear it.
All right. And people are laughing and they're watching. And once that fish hits that axe, like everyone goes ooh. And they actually like go back a little bit.
And I'm using the water or the stock from the stew as like the water.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So
This
that's the plan.
Roll a survival check to
Oh
cook.
no.
Can I give him? Can I help him?
Oh,
with
Hang
that?
on, can I?
What's I see him getting in the
He's
moment?
inspired by my song.
Oh, there you go.
Well,
there you
wait.
go. Inspiration.
give him
plus
inspiration.
6.
No, it's a
Yeah,
C6.
I'll give him an
D6.
inspiration from my
That's what I
song.
meant. That's what I meant.
How are you going to help him with it?
Well, as he's going,
You better not fuck it up.
as he's going to, as I see what he's doing, and I see like he's actually kind of doing a decent, like knows what he's doing. I'll go in there and I'll like when he tells me to like flip the like blade over, I'll flip it,
Okay.
or I'll like take my own, what like I'll help, I'll assist him in the process.
Yeah, so you're all right, definitely. Yeah, you're taking his
'Cause I see he's
direction.
not being a total idiot, so I'll help him.
Sure.
Oh god. No.
There it is. He drops
Oh,
A 9.
that sucks.
A 9.
He rolled a 1 from my inspiration.
I gotta get rid of these fucking dice. If you find dice.
So
I'll
the
give you
problem,
Yep.
it. Alright.
the problem with the axe, right, and using
I
it
have
in
like
this
6
way,
sets of dice.
is it's
You
an
want some dice?
uneven heating
This one
source,
tastes not-
right?
oh.
So while like it's a nice sear on the outsides, the inside doesn't really, right? Like it doesn't get as hot on the inside,
Ugh,
and you try
gross.
to figure it out. So by the time it's cooked, the outsides are kind of dry. It's okay.
When I see it's messed up, I'm gonna get very upset. I'll put it down. I'm just gonna go into the corner, or not to the corner, but I'm just gonna go back to the table and I'm gonna drink.
No, I'm the first one.
Very upset.
That was a Lucius move.
It didn't work.
Pick one.
I had this. I had it. I will take a piece though and eat it. Because there's 2 types. So
Yeah.
there's 2 different types I was making.
Sure. Yeah, I mean it's
All guys have
edible.
the same
It's just you know,
the same odds. It's Tony that's unlucky.
It's not the same odds.
I do wanna
These are
point out-
cursed.
that Tanaki owed me a roll on the wild magic board.
Oh,
Did
Wild
he?
Magic
Yes.
Oh,
for
well,
last
he's, well,
for
he's
this
way
day.
on
Yes,
his
he
graph.
did.
He's over there.
Correct. So I rolled to see.
Oh god.
I figure him over there towards the right would have done something to cast a spell, right, and make wild magic surge. I rolled a 60 for the wild magic.
What does that mean?
He regains a spell slot. Waste. What a waste. I
Fuck.
could have fucking died in a fireball. Waste.
You should have lied and said that he'd de-age another 10 years.
I was hoping. 5 years old by the time we get back. No, it's a waste. Okay.
Not like this.
Cast a stupid spell and get the spell slot back. That's it.
I tried my best, guys.
I eat the rest of the fish.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
Oh.
Damn.
I try to
As-
a little bit first.
As that's happening, one of the two halflings sitting by the window goes, "Oh, it's happening! It's happening!" And people all of a sudden get up and leave the bar like immediately.
Did anybody give me any money for playing?
No.
Let's worth it
I
out.
gave you a point to stop.
I'll go outside and see what's going on.
He jumped up and didn't expect her to be there, so they scared the shit out of each other.
other.
Yeah, so everyone besides the bartender who stays there, it almost looks like he wants to go but is like working, immediately leaves the bar.
I'll check it out.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna follow because I'm gonna be like, where's my audience?
Yeah, as you guys go, you realize there is a crowd forming around the Kai-Fen.
Oh no! Here we go
I
again.
would try to push my way to the front.
Sure.
I'll follow him.
Okay. Is everyone going or?
I'm going.
Yeah, I'm putting up my hood and stealth.
I'm not trying to go to the front. I can see. I'm assuming I can see
Sure.
other people's heads.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
swiggling
I'm relatively
people's
tall.
legs.
I can see.
So
what's
as
going
you
on.
guys go, you
I'm
hear
in the chair.
you hear the Aga speaking again, going, "Well, you see, yet again it has happened. The Kai-Fen has delivered onto us this man," as he's standing up and like patting him on the back. This guy is like almost skeletal looking. He's so thin, and he's just like clutching himself and like not so silently weeping as the Aga is like patting him on the back and like smiling and jostling him. He is cleansed yet again into the goodness that is our Lord Sazish. And out of nowhere, a knife comes and just slits his throat, and he just pushes him into the crowd. People in the crowd gasp and like back up as this guy flops. Who was pushing their way to the front?
I was.
Yeah, so you like step back as all of a sudden this body like gets pushed out as the Aga just continues his.
What did this man do?
Oh, here we go.
He ignores what you say. Maybe he didn't hear it, but he's continuing. Yes, he has been cleansed. His great misdeeds have
What
been.
did this man do?
Eat, sleep, drink, leave.
What was that?
What did this man do?
I want to kill him. I want to kill
Oh.
him so bad.
That looks like a face that I once knew.
What did the man do? I asked you a question.
Half of it, anyway. This particular man, it does not matter his past crimes. He has been cleansed of them. They are behind him. They are left in the past. And now he can rise up to the glory of heaven with Sazish. As this pool of blood is growing around this body as he is just like absolutely bleeding out, unmoving.
Is there anybody? There's
Dead
other
before
people
he
next
hit
to
the
us,
ground.
right?
Oh yeah, they're kind of, everyone kind of stepped back as this
Yeah.
guy, and now they're all kind of, and some people are trying to push their way to the front, jostling you, I think, back a little bit
I'll
as
stay in
they're
the
trying
crowd.
to.
Do I
Sit.
recognize anyone in the crowd?
Make a perception check.
17.
17. I'm trying to think. I don't think. I already kind of figured out where some of the people you knew are.
Bless you.
Bless you. And none of them are in the immediate area here that you would see. I don't think you knew really any Mopit residents.
Mopidians?
I don't know. I don't know. I just was gonna
Mopedians.
scan if anyone that-
Mopetians.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
don't.
lot.
I don't want to say yes if there should be someone you know, but I really don't think there is, right? So you don't recognize any of like the NPCs that you've met or any of the named characters, and there's because 17's good enough you would spot them if they were here, but I don't think you really had a lot of interaction with them. You see the little child, the one originally. He's kind of hanging back a bit, but the one who originally went and grabbed that coin that was dropped when you first walked in and handed it to the beggar man. You see that little child as he's kind of like staring back, kind of trying to see on his tiptoes, well, without any chance of success, what is happening, but still trying to stay back out of trouble.
Why does it not matter what this man did if he is cleansed?
Because he is cleansed. Past transgressions once you exit the Kai-Fen, are all done away. Ah, it is the glory of Sazish.
I walk back inside and
Sure.
Can I turn? I'm gonna turn to Zephahim and say, so the death was his cleansing?
Thank you all! Thank you all for holding vigil. Go about your business now. And soon enough, there will be another cleansing to happen here in Mo Pit. No, he's clapping to himself. No one else is. And they're not dispersing terribly quickly. Maybe some people towards the back go off in his words, but other people are still staying and staring at this body that is there.
This man lived here.
This body.
Are you speaking to the man? He has turned his back on you and is leaving to go down the stairway and away from.
I would start talking to the people around him.
Yeah, and he's like getting on this big heavy cloak to.
Are they like semicircle, like kind of?
Yeah,
like
they're all
gathering?
kind of pushing in, like shoulder to shoulder, to
I'd
look at the body.
I'd start walking into the middle of the circle.
Sure.
Do you not know this man?
What?
Does anybody recognize this man?
Roll a persuasion check.
25.
Let's try that again. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we knew him.
What did this man do to deserve this fate?
What did he? Do you remember what he? And everyone kind of is like murmuring to each other. Everyone says, "Didn't he steal something?" Yeah, that was right. Yeah. He stole something.
What did he steal? Food?
Might have been food. He stole something from one of the merchants that was passing through off of their cart. I think it was.
So this man who looks like he was starving deserved to die because he stole some food to survive?
And one of the women there gets mad. He didn't die. He was cleansed.
He can be cleansed in life. He is now dead. Do you not see this man bleeding out?
Better off like this.
Maybe. But he is dead. That is what I say.
Dead and in the heavens.
You don't know that.
We do know that.
This man may not.
Who are you? We don't know that.
This man may not have made it there.
Everyone that comes out of the Kai-Fen is cleansed. Are you cleansed?
Can we go in to the Kai-Fen? Could I pay somebody to let me in?
I do not.
And you hear more of a murmuring around as you ask that.
I do not suggest this.
Usually, it's criminals that go in there.
Oh.
You don't want to go. You'll come out.
I'm gonna write that down.
You'll come out looking like Zephahim. You don't want to go. No offense.
I was cleansed. I did not die. I went into Kai-Fen. I came out alive.
So it can be done.
Well, everyone comes out alive.
This man did not.
He did come out alive.
Well, not quite. He was breathing, if that's what you mean.
Well, and then the woman speaks up again. They can't leave him to his own devices.
Why not?
Because if he did bad before, he'll just do bad again. Better to save him from himself before he gets the chance.
Maybe this is true. But maybe it's not. He did not have a chance to prove himself.
Who does he have to prove himself to? He got
To
cleansed.
Sazish! That is not your decision to make. You or the Aga or anyone else.
You ain't no god.
I do not have to be. Sazish let this man live. He was alive when he left the Kai-Fen. The Aga killed him. He was cleansed. He was alive. Sazish's will was done. And then this man take it upon himself to kill him.
You sound like one of those heretics.
Oh boy.
You can call it what you want.
You sound like Sat Sazish.
You can call it what you want, but it is the truth.
Do you pray to a devil?
Do you?
Of course I do.
Which one? Moped.
I don't know its name.
You don't even know the name of the devil you pray to? What kind of follower of Sazish are you?
Well, what do you do exactly?
You
as a
should-
man?
You should be embarrassed to even have this conversation with me.
You sound like you don't even have a devil.
I have more than you will ever have.
What does that mean?
I'm 7th level paladin of Setish.
What does this man, is he like...
Poor. Everyone around you looks like dirt ass.
Insult
poor.
them. Insult their character. Kill them.
I would take out a full hex
Sure.
and start kind of fiddling with the coins. You see this? This is more than you will ever have. Unless I give it to you.
Wrong.
How so?
I will end up in Tenebraria after I go. And that is more than you will ever have.
This man.
Well, he's doing his thing. Do I
Yeah.
see anyone going for like making their way towards the body?
This crowd is, they're standing by the body. There's kind of a crowd around the body. No one has gone towards it yet, though.
This man.
They're kind of like backing up as the blood is continuing to go, and the circle's actually widening away from it a bit.
You think you are guaranteed a spot in Tenebraria? You think they will just allow you in because you say so?
Because I'm a good man.
Because you have not been thrown into the Kaifen yet?
Because I say my prayers. Because I worship. And I work hard.
Fair enough, I'm not sure of this, I don't know you.
Every day here, I'm earning my place.
What is your place exactly?
Whatever Sazish deems best.
Sazish, not your devil. Thought you prayed to a devil you don't know the name of. Exactly.
What kind of trouble are you trying to cause anyway?
I'm not trying to cause any trouble.
I'm trying
But this man was... You are not understanding. This man did something foolish. He was punished, thrown into the Kaifen. He was cleansed. He was judged by Sazish. He leaves the Kaifen. And then the Aga kills him for this. Not Sazish.
That's the Aga's place to deal with, not yours. Not mine.
The Aga does not have this power to just kill whoever he wants.
The Aga is touched by Sazish.
Touched by Sazish. And what about the next Aga? Is the next Aga going to be touched by Sazish as well?
Of course he will be.
Yes.
How loud is this?
Well, at this point, the people that are still around listening, like braving the rain to listen to this, there are some people around that are like standing there, like not so interested in what you're saying, more like people need to disperse so we can get rid of this body. It
Is this
seems
some-
like
is
that
it
you
okay?
now notice there's some people that are standing back and not paying too much attention. They keep eyeing the body and like looking at each other like, what the fuck, we're standing in this
Is it
rain.
something that I would notice from?
Not from inside, yeah.
I'm
Not from-
I'm drying my jacket by the fire. Then I'm taking it
Yeah.
off. Just
taking little bites of the better parts of the salmon or the
whatever's left.
fish.
So the devils are Sazish's messengers.
You're there.
Yep.
Exactly. Sazish is... He can't be dealing with the everyday squabbles of us here. He's one of the great gods. He is the great god. Above all the pretenders. It's the devils that... They deal with us so that he doesn't have to.
Because he doesn't care? Or
Be-
because he has bigger things to do?
Because he's running Tenebraria. I'm sure that's a hard thing to do. Have you ever tried to run a heaven?
No, my goodness, I have.
Listen, No Horns. I don't know who cut your shackles off, but you should go back into them.
Slave lift.
Smart day.
I have no response to that.
Yeah, and at that she stalks off.
Mm.
She like stamps off, splashing mud as she's going.
I'll walk back inside.
Sure.
As soon as he's walking, I put my jacket back on.
Yeah, at this point, the crowd starts to disperse little by little. A few of the people around go and start picking up the body, like lifting it. Like, okay, like let's do this so we don't get blood all over us, and start lifting it and carrying the gentleman away towards the direction of the river.
What time is it roughly?
At this point, early evening.
I'm gonna say we should retire for the evening and just try to get out of here as soon as we can in the morning.
I can't.
What mission do you have here?
I have to go into the cafe.
Alone, I assume?
No, with me.
Why do you want to come with me so bad?
I just want to see it.
I don't suggest this.
Why? I won't make any deal. They can't take anything. At least I don't think they can. But you never know.
I don't know if it is wise of you to do this.
Wait, you do this in the middle of the night?
Do you all go inside? We went back in the tower.
I'm
that's
still
right,
outside.
Well, he's inside.
I'm
so
inside, so
we're talking to him. You're inside. So are you all inside?
I'm not inside.
Oh,
Then
then
you'd have
we're
to have
not
this
having this
conversation with me.
conversation then.
And he's
Yeah,
inside
I'm gonna
too.
walk. I'm gonna walk towards the Kaifen.
Okay, up the stairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk towards the Kaifen.
Okay, yeah, you start mounting the stairs to get onto the platform. At that point, like as you start climbing, you see this big, heavy, hooded, cloaked figure of the Aga turn and just doesn't even continue. Doesn't ask you to stop or anything, but turns and watches as you ascend from where he had been walking off.
I'm just gonna take one finger and just touch it.
The Kaifen.
Yeah.
Feels like wood. Wet, you know. Although with the quality of the wood that it looks like, it doesn't look, it looks like it, with the battering of the rain, the seasons upon seasons and how bad it can get. This thing should have broken apart and fallen apart long ago, but whatever material it's made out of is keeping it standing.
I'm gonna turn around and walk down.
Sure.
What did you see up there?
White wood.
I have to go in.
Why?
The witch told me to do this. Just like your grandmother tell you to go east.
The footsteps, heavy and splashing as the Aga makes his way towards you. And he kind of like lifts his hood just enough. You can't even see his face really in the shadow that it's in. And he says, "So you've returned. How did that last deal you struck work for you? Has it helped?"
It has.
These types of deals, they don't come without a cost. But the benefit outweighs the cost.
Maybe not. Who are you to say?
I've made the most dear deal of all. You don't get to my position without giving some things up.
Why did you kill this man?
As he kind of looks over as he's being carried away again towards the river, just getting out of that circle towards the center of the city, and he says,
He was cleansed, as you say.
"He was.
It was not your place to kill him.
This is the way in Mopit. If someone does wrong, we put them in the Kaifen. They are cleansed.
Yes.
And then, once they come out, we make sure that they stay cleansed. That they remain as well off as we can leave them.
I need to go in to the Kaifen.
For what reason?
I committed a crime. I killed somebody. 2 people actually.
Did it happen in Mopet?
No. That doesn't matter.
It matters.
Why?
It's about
What's the difference?
jurisdiction.
Sazish sees all.
Sure does.
So he knows that I killed them, whether it was in Mopit or in Falandar.
He knows. Sure. Maybe he'll judge you some other way.
So you are saying that
If you go in there having done a crime, you don't walk out of this town.
I have not committed a crime here.
Right. So why are you trying to go in there?
I made a deal. Now I want to make a new deal.
And what deal do you wish to make?
I want to take it back.
There ain't no taking it back.
That's not true.
A deal struck is a binding contract.
That's not true.
Oh, it is.
There is a way.
The deal is done. You can do a new deal if you know what you want.
I want my points back.
Well, then you better give us something mighty precious.
Like what?
What do you have to offer?
Nothing. I don't have anything of value. Not to you, at least.
Do you suffer, Zephahim?
Yes.
You suffer because you are split.
Yes. I'm not whole.
This is not where you must be to be made whole.
Why not?
2 points here. 1.
In Dalbaz?
That is where you should go, so you can feel whole.
I need to be here first. Dalbaz is on the way.
Do you seek something that will help you
No.
get Dalbaz out?
Do you hate him?
No,
He is your enemy.
he is my brother. The 12 are creatures of love.
I want to make amends.
To whom?
To myself.
Then look inward. Two points here. 1. trade for 1 point. Not one you have. I will trade for the one Dalbaz has. I will help you get it back. And once it is away from Dalbaz, it will come to me.
How does that make it better?
You will not be split. You will be whole.
You will still have a part.
Wholly mine. Do you know what happens to a soul? And he starts to rise as the mud around him first indents and then slowly starts to be pushed out as he rises up into the air. Those that were around, which weren't many to begin with, quickly start booking it way the hell away from here. Do you know what happens to a soul that has multiple claims upon it after death?
No.
If you wish to reach Tenebraria in one piece, I suggest you take my offer.
No. If you will not give me my points back, then I don't want to do anything. No deal.
And slowly he starts to sink back down to the ground. He got about 3 or 4 feet up, and he slowly starts to do as like that mud just as like globs of it starts shooting off. But eventually his feet touch, and it settles. And it settles where it is, and then the rain beating on it just makes it clop around, go back down, get all over his rather nice boots he's wearing. You know, that's a killer when that happens. I wish you wouldn't waste my damn time. And he just turns and starts walking away. Boots slapping against the mud in the rain as the bullets of raindrops just continuously pelt him and yourselves as you're standing outside. And with that, let's take a break. Do we want to take 15 instead of 10? I meant to talk about that. I always feel like we're rushing with the 10.
Well, sure, 10 is fine.
Okay,
She
we'll be
says-
back in 10 then. 8:25, we will return at 8:35. Don't go anywhere.
patient saying
That's
it.
not, yeah, what's your out-of-pocket maximum? That's what counts in your insurance.
Right.
Is your out-of-pocket max.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know.
I just paid my last $100 to fucking Mass General because I owed them $3,000 from my out-of-pocket max.
Hello, everybody.
Vote for Bernie in 2020, everyone.
He will be alive for at
that's
least.
controversial.
He'll be at least alive for at least 3 weeks.
But if we do that, then China will
I'm
take
with you,
over,
man.
be a mess.
Oh,
Although my girl,
It's kind of rough.
she can do some work too.
Who's that?
Lizzie. My
Lizzie.
girl Lizzie.
My girl Lizzie.
Sorry, Matt.
That's.
Who is that?
Let's move on.
Just want to give her a little
No.
just on the side of her face. Just a little.
Why? So you can get.
Oh my god,
Never mind.
if I met Bernie, I would kiss him on the side of his crazy haired face.
Might kill him.
So I get
The
coronavirus.
blood rushing
Oh,
through.
that's-
He's killing him.
His heart would beat once, as it hasn't beaten in weeks.
It's a lich.
He's a legend.
I guess we were done.
More power.
Leave my boy
See,
alone.
if you see photos of him from the 1800s, it looks exactly the same.
We left some of the party back at the raft. One of the party members warm at the inn by the fire, and the rest standing out in the rain.
Nope, he's in.
Oh, are you also inside?
I guess
okay.
I kind of.
Because I was drying my jacket when there's nobody there, and when he came in, I put the jacket
We
back
got a
on.
conversation teleport at the end. It's tragic when that happens. Yeah, you see that?
Okay, well, yeah, you guys are standing out, 3 of you standing out in the rain, watching the god disappear into his home, the big 2-story manor facing the Kaifen.
What are you trying to do?
Locked my phone. Oh.
These people, they don't understand. They think that the god, the devil,
Right?
that controls this town
Basically.
is who they should be worshipping. You heard him. He did not even know the name of the devil he prays to. Imagine you did not know Prakrtic Root's name. Who do you pray to then? It is a crazy thing
Why do you care?
because these people, they think that their way is the right way, that this is how to get into heaven. That is not true. The Aga and the devils do what they want here. Don't you see that? They run these towns however they see fit. Mopit is not like Chaunagar or Dalbaz, they are all different. This is something I learned from our travels.
Don't eat that.
I did not understand it
No,
the whole way.
it's not soup.
I don't know what this
No. That is stock. That is just shit that's been boiling for 12 hours.
Okay.
Pour it all right back in. Yeah, let it.
Then
That's not what we've been eating.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you guys been eating.
Oh no, that's what I will make a soup out of.
Okay.
Sorry,
You need to
sorry,
help
y'all.
them out.
Eat the leaf.
I was like, here I am, like, I'm gonna eat better for once.
You have to,
And
you have
then
to find the leaf and eat it. That's the trick.
Where's the food?
I finished it.
Oh, it's
Oh, okay.
Finish
It
it?
did,
That's
yeah.
fine.
It died during the break. Sorry, y'all.
That's fine.
They choose this. They allow themselves to be ruled.
They don't know there is a better way.
It doesn't matter. They accept it. They accept it and they live with it. It is their choice. Until they are dead. Which will be soon. And then we will find out who goes to heaven.
This man did not seem like a bad man. The one who was killed.
I did the last. I thought you did not care about your people. You always tell me so.
I don't, but I care about the future of my people. Where will tieflings be? Will they even exist? I don't care about these people here in Moped or these slums in Dalbaz. No, I don't. But I care about what tieflings could be, our potential. If we were united under Sazish the way it should be. I think about this. You don't?
Are you inside?
No.
Then I don't know why you're talking to me.
Don't react when I speak.
I'm looking at you. Looking out the window.
Maybe that's a future my people would not like. A united people.
Maybe not, but who's to say what we can do?
Do you believe these devils serve Sazish?
Not the way that these people think they do.
Yet he allows them to exist.
He does. As long as they do what he asks.
Do you think Sazish is seething that these devils are misleading his people? Do you think he...
I don't think he is angry with them, no.
Then why take it on yourself to change anything? If you admit the God you worship is fine with the status quo.
I cannot say for sure if this is how Sazish feels. I cannot assume that these things are true, but in my experience, I don't know that he gets angry every time a devil makes a deal or manipulates somebody. No, I don't. I'd be a fool for thinking that.
What did the gate say, Chelnagar?
6 and 6 descended in service to Sajish. This is what it said.
Look at this tower. Is it not so?
It is so, but
It's a free game.
it does not mean that Sazish does not have a reason to allow them to do what they do. A good one. Cannot presume his thoughts or feelings about it.
If it was you or the devils, who would he choose?
It's a good question.
Because if it is the devils, be careful.
He allows me to do things. He gives me strength.
He gives them strength too.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe they give themselves the strength. Strength that I don't possess by myself. A few months ago, I could do things, but not in the way that I can do them now.
Are you guys heading back inside while you're talking?
Sure. Slowly, probably, but
Yeah.
You want to go in, the door's there. There's no one stopping you.
okay. Turn around and walk in.
Oh, fuck.
To the Kaifen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you went toward that door?
So he just like
He was coming into the
turns
tavern.
Too.
about face and starts strutting.
We were walking towards the tavern.
Yeah, starts strutting back up. Walks past that platform where the Aga stands, up the stairs, and you're now up in that covered platform, just wiping water off of yourself as you're staring.
Do I see him doing this because they were close to the door?
Yeah, I would say they got up to the door, and you were like, "Oh, they're coming in," and all of a sudden you see him turn his ass
Right.
around. And
I
walk
mean,
away.
I just cast message at him and I say, "Don't do it. You've only got half a face left."
I would not respond to that.
Okay. Yeah. So at this point, you
I
are.
haven't got any arms left.
Badi is watching as Zephahim
Skeleton.
is up on the platform in front of the door of the Kaifen. Sorry, I'm gonna stand up for this shit. I thought it was gonna be a little less energetic after the break. Little did I know.
Zephahim.
I walk in. Not open.
Oh, athletics check.
So we all see him there?
18.
I think you just saw him turn around and go towards it.
Don't do it.
18.
18. it opens like, and then it's pulled closed again, like it's a vacuum sucking it closed. With the slam, you guys hear it. They hear it back at the raft.
Damn.
It carries with this unnatural reverberation as the door swings shut. People around on the street, their heads turn immediately. And you can sense a little bit in yourself, but certainly from the tieflings around you, that fear that you felt that first time you saw the Kai-Fen door open.
Take out the hand axe.
Yeah.
I would try to open the door again, ready to prop it with the axe.
You said I felt the fear too, right? For the Kai-Fen, I have that built into me as well, correct?
Yes.
Alright, I'm coming out, I say.
Yeah.
I'm just yelling to him at this point. I say, Zephahim, don't
Mouthful of Starburst.
do it. Yeah, I got all my Starburst.
Yeah, Carl hands and everything.
Zephahim, don't do it!
Roll a religion check.
That's a 3.
It's a 3. Okay. You
It's a
can.
bad idea.
So with that, you do it again, and you shove the knife in there. It does, in fact, and you feel it. Like it's riding over a railroad track. It's just shaking you as you have this knife wedged in.
How far away from me is he? How far away from me feet?
Not terribly far. I mean, probably a couple 100 feet.
Start running.
Yeah.
As soon as I get close enough, I'm gonna cast hold person on him.
How close do you have to get?
60 feet.
60. Oh, within 60. So you can. I mean, you have another chance to try something else before he gets to you, and even has a chance to cast
Is
it.
the door open at all?
It is, yeah. There is a crack, and it almost feels like there's air being sucked inside of it, like it is a vacuum. As the knife you're holding, well made as it is almost threatening to break.
I would try to pull it and almost like slide in at the same time.
Roll an acrobatics check.
12.
Well, at advantage actually, because you already have the knife shoved into it.
12.
Well, okay. With that, you go and as your shoulder is stuck in it, it is wedged. And part of it is you feel yourself getting pulled in, but can't quite as you go further and further, and it's stuck on your face, and you're being like squished by the door. At this point, Dash Inda gets in the way.
I pull my small piece of bar,
Sure.
metal bar out of, and I kind of hold it up sideways, and I say, "Stop!"
Okay. So roll a saving throw for hold person.
Wisdom. 16.
You're gonna hold me stuck in the door.
Pretty good, eh?
18. You freeze up.
Pretty beefy sailor right there, boy.
Look at that.
Really?
Wow. That's
dude.
11 to crit.
God damn.
And with your head,
It's not good. It's my wisdom.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Oh.
with your head, the way it is turned, your eyes lock on the upstairs window of the Agaz home as you see his eyes shining as he's looking out of the. He's not even
Guys,
hearing
pay
it.
attention.
You see through the Agaz window across the way, his eyes shining towards you as he looks at you. And even though the distance is too far for you to be able to see this, you do. You see him smile. As all of a sudden the door opens enough to suck you in and closes behind you with another slam that reverberates. You all hear the Agaz as he opens the window across the way, and he says, "There it is! Someone has thrown himself to the Kai-Fen! Yes, yes, a cleansing! Who will hold vigil? Who will hold vigil?"
This is not right. You're not supposed to be pushing more samples.
I fall to my knees.
Okay, I didn't touch any of them. So
You're only pushing the ones that you have highlighted. Everything else
That's
is
not my
just
piece of
bonus.
metal into
Just
into
keep
the
that-
mud.
just keep that later.
I will.
What do the rest of you do?
That's pretty +7.
We all heard this, right?
Yeah.
I would run outside
Yeah.
Something
to.
with the sheet then.
It should be
Because I
plus- it
didn't.
should be a +8.
Because
No, +7.
from
Because
what
your
I've
proficiency
learned,
bonus plus your stat.
Okay.
if he comes out, they have to kill him. most likely. I know a very limited amount, but all I know is when people come out, they die.
Sure.
So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna wait until he gets out and try to get him out of here without them killing him.
Alright, so you start going up towards the platform?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So as Talius just runs past Indo, who's on his knees, and just goes right up onto the platform. Now, again, wiping the water off of your face and standing there with your weapon out, just ready to...
No, my weapon's
okay.
not out.
As
Because I can call
As
it
he's
any
running,
time.
as he's running past me, I'm going to say to him, Talius, you know way more about this than I do. Save him. And you take inspiration.
Try to get in, but I don't know.
Alright, so you are up there on the platform. What is everyone else doing?
I'm just watching.
Okay.
I'm
Yep.
just standing there watching.
Anyone else?
I'm hoping.
I'm gonna stand under the platform with my cloak up.
Yeah, so you underneath the platform or on top of the platform where the door is?
I'm gonna stay underneath it, just kind of.
Okay, so you're on ground level.
Yeah.
And you actually like move your way through the beams that make up this platform, and you're underneath it, kind of close up but hidden from the rain underneath there. Okay.
As I see them getting moving, I stand up and I think to myself, within I think to the power that was, I think, give me the power to save my friend.
And as you say that, people running, you're just kind of like thinking this, and you hear, "You did not do what I asked. No, you will get no more power from me." That's it.
Well, I can't kill the president, so.
Zephahim. You are so as you feel yourself being flung in, all of a sudden you are floating and then standing in darkness. Pitch black. You can see nothing else around you. Though you feel some weight under your feet and you cannot move. You are held. And you hear from behind you this clanking, cracking noise as you hear a voice. "Well, you wanted to see me again." At that point, because he is not concentrating on your whole person anymore, you can move. And as you turn around, you see this same figure you saw before. Easily 8 feet tall and hunched. White skin with black sunken eyes. This wide smiling mouth of razor sharp teeth with these unnaturally elongated arms that end in razor sharp nails for fingers. And he just kind of stalks a couple steps closer to you. "You did not like my deal."
That's not it. I just want my points back.
I have them.
I know this. That's why I ask you for them back.
No.
Why not? You have other points.
You offer nothing.
What do you want?
Oh, you are the sweetest meal I've had in a long, long time. One of Dalbaz's brood for my own.
What do you want? Something that Dalbaz has? If he is your brother?
A brother, a rival, a confidant. He has enough.
So you would take what is his?
No, you're not his. he's in front of you now, like in your face as he's going down. Like smelling you with these two like flat nosed nostrils that just widen as he takes you in, smelling the side of your face that still has skin on it.
I want my points back.
You need to make an offer. You told me you have nothing.
Is there not something else at Dalbaz that you want? He may be your brother, but he's also your rival. You say this?
Yes.
If I get something of his for you, I get my points back.
No.
Why not?
You don't understand, stupid creature.
Why won't you do this?
Roll a persuasion check. Missed it.
17.
Yeah, natural 20. Instead, I think he just shoves you, and you just go back a few feet, the wind being knocked out of you, as he just stalks another couple steps closer, and he says, "You need to learn why we're here. If you want to play this game."
Why are you here then?
Not fun to play with a bad player. You entered my realm. Still that crunching noise under his feet. And you realize you're not standing on a straight floor. There are things around that also crack under your feet, though you can't see them. It's like everything else is pitch black other than just him. You can't even see your own hand in front of your face. Why don't I just devour you now? As his fingers clack together.
You could, but then I would not have anything that you want, or get anything that you want. I would be of no use to you dead.
You gave me 2 points.
And half of my face? Or did you forget that?
And just this gross tongue comes out and just licks all across his upper lip as he says, "I remember. If you want 2 points that you hold so dear, then I need 5
5 what?
souls."
Whose?
If you can bring me 5 souls that are to belong to Dalbaz, I will return 1 point.
I need both points. This is a lot, you ask.
1, then the other.
1 now?
No. 1 for 5 souls. Then another deal.
What souls?
5 that are to belong to Dalbaz.
Any?
Yes. Any 5 souls of his.
I will do this, but only if you do both points.
That is not the deal.
Then we don't have a deal.
If you bring me the 5 see where the power in this bargain lies, don't you?
You will get no souls.
I'll get one.
Not one that belongs to Del Paz.
No. One that belongs to me. And it is tasty.
It's too bad. I hoped you would see reason.
I am not here for reason.
5 souls are worth more than one. It's too bad.
And he gestures off, just into the darkness, and says, if our business is concluded, the offer stands.
Both points.
No. Show me you can earn one back, and then we can make a deal for the last.
Fine. I will show you.
All of a sudden, you are pulled as the door swings open. Roll a dex save.
15.
Yeah, you're actually able to turn around quickly and catch Zephahim before he falls off the platform. As he is jettisoned with the open door, as he flies out, you catch him before he falls off, hold your ground as the door slams closed once again. You look him over very quick. You feel yourself, you feel much the same as you did when you went in.
Are you okay?
Where's my axe? It's still.
Yeah, you got it. You have all your things.
Alright. I'm okay.
I'm gonna start pulling him. We gotta go.
Where?
They're gonna kill you, are they not?
I don't think anybody is going to kill me.
As you look around, the Aga is nowhere to be seen. The people seem to actually have moved away from the Kaifen with whatever's going on.
I'm very confused by this.
Yeah, the Aga, after yelling out through the window, closed it, but did not emerge from his home.
Shouldn't we leave? They kill the people that come out of here. You just came out. Why is no one else worried about that?
I don't care.
If they kill you?
They could try.
I don't know if we can kill the whole town.
1, 2, 3 dex saving throws. Yeah. Because as you're speaking, the
Don't forget
beams
Tony
holding up this platform crack
still have
and split, and the entire platform
The entire
breaks apart
I know.
and
So it should be-
falls.
So your
18.
action plus 3 plus your dex is
Alright.
4. So 21.
21.
14.
14. Okay, so you actually all make it. So you're all gonna take 7. You all take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. As Bree, you're able to book it before this platform, and you guys watch as the whole thing crumbles. The stairwell holding its structure, except being pulled by other pieces, so that also snaps. As there are bits of wood, and you can tell it was not attached to the Kaifen at all. It was simply a structure built on itself. As you guys tumble, hit, roll out of the way, move as the thing continues to... And there is now a broken platform on the ground, and a door far too high to reach up on the Kaifen. As like the dust settles and I guess there is no dust, right? It's all mud. But mud splatters you. You are all 3 covered in it at this point, having just gotten away from this collapsing structure.
I walk back into the tavern. I say to Buddy, time for bed. Good night.
Sure. Well, I guess since no one cares about him possibly being murdered, I'll just walk back into.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's kind of looking like, what the hell just happened?
I'm very concerned about this.
Had enough of this town.
And you go back to the tavern.
Okay.
Let's go have a drink.
Yeah, you all enter the tavern. Is cleared out besides for Jeva behind, who is just kind of.
Disney owns that too. So.
What?
Said Disney owns that too.
This motherfucker insulted me last time I was here.
Yes.
It was a different bartender.
Okay.
It was. Yeah, it was a different bartender.
Called you a stupid cow last
okay.
time.
I'll try to clean off some of Tally's fishy hacks.
Sure.
It was still inside the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. So you come in. You all enter. Your drink's still there. Your meal probably eaten at this point. As you're getting on into the evening, with all this happening, no one else enters. No one else enters the inn this evening. You're there at the table for some time drinking, and you realize it is dead. Night falls, continues, it remains dead.
So wherever Zephahim goes to sleep, I want to try and force my way to stay in the same room.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have three rooms.
To watch over, just in case.
Sure.
Because I feel like somebody's going to try and kill him.
Sure. Would be assassins in the night.
Yeah.
Are we going up to bed?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
I would
Keep making me take out my moped stat block, bro.
I would pray before bed.
Sure. What do you say when you pray?
I don't ask you for much. I ask you for very little, in fact. I needed your help today. The devils, they have something of mine that does not belong to them. So,
Roll a religion check.
it's 10.
How do you pray? Do you kneel? Do you just stand there? Are you looking up at the sky?
I think it would be more of a kneeling, sort of like still humbling myself to Sazish, but not a defiant way, but almost like a non-traditional sort of way, I think.
As you're kneeling there, still for some time, repeating these words, you feel a knife slip in between two of your ribs and slowly start pushing its way towards your heart. You can't move. You can't make a noise. And you can feel this long, jagged, like serrated, as it's cutting you, as it's going in. And you can feel the tip of it cutting through flesh, puncturing your lung. And you can't even cough. And the tip just barely is outside of your heart. And you don't hear a voice, but you get an impression. And the impression you get is something along the lines of a divine "go fuck yourself." And then this serrated knife is ripped out of you as you're there on the other bed as he's kneeling down. You just start to cough. There's no wound. And then it doesn't hurt. And then you feel the power. All this power that you've gotten in the past couple months that you've never had in your life. And you remember and you realize you are less powerless than you have ever been. And then as you start to stand up, you still feel a bit of that sting in your side, though. That's it.
Do this.
What?
Go to bed.
I was trying. What happened to what? Does that always happen when you pray?
Do you always watch people pray?
I wasn't watching. I was trying to sleep. It's hard to sleep when someone abruptly yells out in pain.
My pain is not your pain. Go to bed. I would go to bed. Try to.
How is everyone sleeping? So you guys are in a room together, but you have 3 rooms.
I'm on my own.
Okay.
I'm definitely afraid of body, so I'm not sleeping with him.
Okay. Alright.
Alright. As I'm going to bed, I say, I said we're going to show you something next time we have privacy. I take off my jacket, and I take off my shirt.
Oh.
It is shown that I have an enormous amount of scarring on my body of all kinds.
Oh.
On my back, chest, and arms. Of acidic damage. You can tell that there's multiple slashing wounds, bludgeoning, things of that nature. I say, even though I'm a tiefling, doesn't mean I'm necessarily fond of them myself. Let's just say I'm not the most normal tiefling. And if you don't fall into a certain way that they are, certain family types, they don't appreciate you as much. That's all.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
Put my shirt back on and I go back to sleep. I go to sleep.
Everyone goes to sleep for the evening?
Yeah.
Psst. Hey. Hey. Hey.
Me?
As Bree is startled awake out of sleep, you see by the foot of your bed, just an eye slit. As there's a hooded figure, just at the bottom. You can see little fingers as they're on the bed. Hey, what are you doing?
Sleeping?
It's a leprechaun.
Well, why are you doing that?
Why wouldn't I be doing that?
Because there's so much more fun things to do.
Like what?
Oh, there's plenty. What about that big house?
What big house?
The big one where the moron with the horns lives.
The Aga?
Sure, there's gotta be good shit in there, right?
Sure.
So go take it,
Why would I do that?
'cause you're sneaky.
That sounds dangerous.
It'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Do you often do things like this?
Me? Yes.
Who are you?
Oh, who am I? Do you really want to know?
Yes.
They call me Brando.
Hello, Brenda. Why are you waking me up to go do this?
Because you're one of mine.
Yes.
Yes, you're one of mine.
Well, that doesn't mean that I like to go and get about to mischief and steal things.
I think you would. I do think that's what it means, actually.
I would rather stay here with my group and sleep.
You're no fun.
Guess not.
Oh. Bree.
How do you know my name?
And then he's not there. What the And you get up and look under the table and you look all. There's no one there.
I think I have a ghost. Doubt it.
It's not.
Dun, dun,
It's not
dun.
open.
That was a box one.
I guess I'm just gonna kinda. I don't know, I think I'm gonna shake it off and go back to sleep.
Sure. You all wake up in the morning.
Was it definitely a halfling?
Roll a perception check. He's gone. Usually you wouldn't allow a perception check.
Sorry,
after
I
the fact,
just. Oh, that's pretty good. 23.
So you didn't see much of him, but you saw the eyes sticking out. You saw, how much, there's a hood over him, but you saw his fingers there too. He wasn't wearing gloves or anything. Yeah, you're pretty positive it was a halfling. Definitely wasn't had the stature of a halfling and definitely wasn't a gnome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. You find yourselves downstairs in the morning with a breakfast of some roasted yams and far overcooked unsalted eggs.
Well, time to leave this town forever.
There's no more fish.
Goodbye.
Right?
I think the fish was.
The event.
I actually think there is fish. It was left out all night.
Oh,
But
God.
no one else.
Was it cooked?
It was cooked. Oh yeah.
That's not food safe.
Don't
Do
do
it.
it.
Take it.
Sure.
What's left of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Roll a diarrhea check.
Yeah, roll a
Okay.
Con save at disadvantage.
Sure.
Just a couple pieces. I want to test out making,
Oh.
like drying out the fish and then eating it. Do a food test on it, see how it would work in the future.
Mix with your demon
What
blood.
are you gonna do on it?
I'll have to see if I can either dry it out or recook it again.
How are you gonna dry it?
Well, I'll probably
You don't have
cook
any
it
fucking
or
salt.
cook it against.
That would just burn. Well, my thing is the way to dry it out would probably be to salt it.
Yeah, but obviously
But
we
you
don't
don't
have
have-
any, so
yeah.
I'm trying to think on low heat. Cook it for a very long time. And test it out.
I look at
That's what I'm gonna,
Talia's.
that's what I'm gonna do.
I look at Talia's fucking and I just kick sand on it.
I already taken some. That's what I want to try. My character doesn't know that doesn't work, so I want to try it.
Experimentation. It's kinda
Okay, so we're downstairs. And I looked at you, Zephahim. I said, "Okay, time to leave forever. Goodbye, Gemma.
I'm already walked towards the raft. I'm done.
Okay.
We are out."
Yeah. You
Mic
all.
Is it still raining?
Yes.
Let me see.
God, no, it's not.
New day. It's a new day. It's a new dawn.
What's
and
the
it
date?
ain't raining
Oh,
today.
Thank you.
No, it has cleared up.
Try out.
Yeah, I mean it's still cloudy in the sky, but you definitely see some blue patches around. Much better. I mean everything is soaked, right? The ground is squishing under your feet as you go. But no, it is
Excuse
not
me, DM,
currently.
what day is it?
One day after the last day. What day do you think it is?
I have the 7th day of Golonine.
Why 7th?
I don't know.
No.
6th?
The 6th.
Good.
Let's get rowing again.
All right.
Oh wait, so he goes into the. Okay.
We find Tanaki and
Would I
Tanaki
know
in a
any
compromising
waterproof material?
Yeah, I mean, if you had a tent or something, it would be made out of a waterproof material. Sure.
It was a very
Most of the
important element
material you
submarine.
wear, unless it's an animal skin, is probably made out of the reeds that grow down by the river.
Okay. Just wondering. Just
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah, it's like
Live in a tent down by the river.
I start rowing.
Sure. Yeah, you guys get out, find your friends. No worse for the wear. One
Yes.
having gotten an extra spell slot the day before. Magnificent.
Is that
And
permanent?
no, it was the most useless thing. I was hoping it would blow himself up, but it was the most useless thing humanly possible. And you push your way back out onto the river as you continue down the Shanhira. The water moving a little bit more briskly than it was before as the runoff from the rain before comes and goes into the river. And little by little, we're getting closer to that rain season flooding that happens every year. But other than that, it is a rather nice day. You do know you have a bit further to go, just distance-wise, to get to Dalbaz than you had before the previous one. So you probably have a day's travel.
That's fine. Let's do it up.
Yeah, as you're looking, the road, which at times comes fairly close to the river, so you can see. You see different farmers out doing their thing. You see traveling merchants now heading northward. You see what's probably a small caravan of just a few carts headed northward from Dalbaz. They excitedly kind of wave to you guys, interested in seeing this raft on the river, when usually this far north they don't do too much river travel.
I'll give these pissant peasants a show, and I'll use Major Image to get a giant hand that looks like the one that I saw Baron get torn into the river with. I'm just,
Yeah, okay, so this giant, and they're all excited
20
about
foot
that. They're
hand.
like, "Whoa, look!"
they like splashing out of the water.
Yeah. Some of them even like leave the caravan and start like following you guys down river for a while. Just like definitely excited by the show, by everything that's happening, and then realizing, oh, my job is that way. Eventually need to go back and meet back up. But other than that, you, unless you're planning on stopping, you move for.
No, just keep going.
How long would it take?
What about a day you
Okay.
said?
I think you're about to get there. But
Yeah, so it was. It's over a day's walk from going. You're probably going a little more lazily.
Then walking?
Maybe not than a walk. Well, I don't know if
That seems
if
like-
you're
that
walking
seems-
or marching. You know, that's
But if
like-
I'm rowing
Sure.
down a river,
Sure.
even if it's moving slowly, man, I would think that's faster than walking.
faster than walk, probably. Well, I don't know how fast you guys walk. I assume you're doing a quick march.
I mean, I can move. Listen, I can move 50 fucking feet per fucking
Feet
6
per
seconds.
6
Like my
seconds,
dad
right.
can move at 100 feet per 6 seconds. So
Right.
I can go pretty fucking fast, but I don't think I'm doing that right now.
Yeah. Okay. So I'd say, because when you were going up to Mo Pit, you walked for a day and a night. Because you walked all night. That's the night you saw the woman with the bag on her back.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say,
But that was in bad weather with the mud and the rainstorm and everything.
so I'd say you would estimate it would take you probably close to, if not a full 24 hours.
The river is that slow this far south to Dalbaz. It's from all the way from Chalmgar to Dalbaz.
It's starting to pick up, right?
Okay.
So you're not that far. Falindar is very close to Chalmgar. It's within a day's travel, right? And then it takes a while.
Falindar was, but then we passed Golanin and then we went to Mopet.
Right, but you have to remember Golonin takes a while to go to, but distance-wise, Mopit's here, Falindar's here. To get to them without the river, you just have to go all the fucking way up this thing into Golonin and back down. So they're actually rather close together too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did not. It did not take you very long between those, but there's a much longer distance between Mopit and Dalbaz. Yeah. So, so probably maybe under 24, especially with the rowing, if you're, throwing your back into it every once in a while.
Well, I mean, we have 3 fucking oars, so hopefully somebody else is helping me. I don't know. Turok, maybe. Do something, asshole.
Are you speaking to the fish?
If you want, you can roll an athletics check at advantage, we'll say.
Horned one. These trees do not belong in the water.
Because you're getting going pretty early in the morning, too.
24.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm rolling real determined.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Let's get the fuck out of there.
I don't be here anymore.
Grandma, where are we going?
So I think you row for much of the day, and I think Badi just keeps taking the oar too, right? Like from other people. She'll take a rest when other people want to do it, but then she gets right back to it and really puts her back into it. And you start recognizing the surroundings pretty well, and I think if you go a bit into the night without resting, you can get there. Not before nightfall, but not too far after it.
How far to the village?
To Dalbaz?
No, to the village.
Oh, so your village was also then 3 days march further south from Dalbaz.
Okay, so it's pretty far. It's not next
to your village. No. It's pretty far.
All right.
Yeah, even on this side of the river with the village, they still want pretty decent hunting land.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
While we're traveling too, I'm continuing to put the basically. I'm trying to think of it's basically scratching these words into.
We don't until he sees the fish. I want to see that happen.
Oh, I have the fish laying out in the sun, hoping.
Oh my god! Just eat it and die.
Sure.
I'm letting it. I'm just. The experiment continues.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I'm letting it stay out all day.
Oh my
God. Let's see what happens.
Anything else anyone else wants to accomplish during this day while you're heading down river?
I would address the group as a whole.
Yes.
Dalbaz is a dangerous place. More dangerous than you know.
I have no interest in stopping there.
Okay. That's fine.
What is our goal?
I feel an inclination. I still wish to travel further south to the libraries of the university. At least try to understand where we'll be coming.
Are we just going to get your people so we can kill all of their people?
No, we are not doing that at all. Are we?
Did we do what your grandmother said to do?
You tell me.
I don't know.
Did we go east?
We did.
We did.
For a time.
I believe that you do not wish to see the deaths of thousands of innocents, just as not all of your people are bloodthirsty monsters.
What do you think happens to my people when the tieflings grow in power and
I think there would be a power struggle. I think the tieflings as a whole are power hungry and would roll over anyone that did not bend the knee to them. The balance of power between, let's call it civilized society and the wilds, is important. If one side becomes significantly more powerful than the other will cease to exist. There will be times where the tieflings are more powerful and the wilderness will recede. But in those difficult times will breed stronger warriors such as yourself, who will then push back the tides of civilization perhaps they will be far enough that a city or two or more will fall completely. In those difficult times, we'll breed stronger tieflings who will then, in turn, push back the tide of the wilds. It's a natural balance for, let us say, that the Pukeka tree became strong enough to wipe out all tieflings and all cities in civilized society. Would that foster an environment for strong and powerful warriors, or would you become fat and complacent without any sort of adversary?
We already battled the orcs.
Almost to annihilation. They aren't proper adversaries for you. Please.
I'm gonna die. Battle. I think if your cities grow and are allowed to grow, my people will lose their freedom. Better to kill you all now than to see that future come to pass.
I can understand that fear.
She has a point.
Makes sense.
However, that is merely a theory. While your leader has announced the desire for complete destruction of all cities as soon as possible.
Nothing we saw in Moped made me change my mind,
Moped is but one city.
and there are worse than that.
Oh, there are, and there are better.
Not many.
Not many? Then we should do our best to prop up the ones that are better. And give them our support.
You look at me as if I am the one trying to tear them down when you should be looking at your brother.
What does she mean by this, Zephahim?
She thinks that I want the Kaifens destroyed more than the Ox people.
Well, do you?
I want our people to see things the way that Sazish sees them.
And how does Sazish see them? You talk of Sazish. I've never seen Sazish do a thing for you.
You have never seen me heal your wounds,
For you.
or protect you,
For you.
or for me.
All I've ever seen was you yell to the sky for Sazish, and I've seen nothing.
You have not been paying attention.
I'm not a religious person,
It does not matter.
but I would think that someone that dedicated themselves to their god would have more of a presence. That is all I have to
Maybe.
say on that.
Maybe that is my failing then, not his.
We should continue down the river. See if there's any of these cities even worth saving. Or if they're filled with monsters and demons.
Haven't
I
you
would-
been to them all already?
The mall?
Most of them, a few down the river.
I've been to Delbas.
What's the name of the next one?
Character knowledge. I have fairly certain character knowledge would.
The next town after Dalbaz, well, there's a bunch, but the next one that has a month named after it, and the next one with a Kai Fen, is Kim Paril.
Kimpyril will be next. That one also has a Kaifen.
But you are not going to hit Kimparil. Kimparil is way the fuck west.
We would need to go significantly west though,
Yeah.
off of the river.
And Bree would know that your home, the farming town where you're from, lies between Dalbaz and Kimparil. There are several towns on the way, much resembling kind of like that one town that like small, like the one town you found out past Dalbaz, except that one wasn't on the road even. That was like in the woods. But plenty of small farming communities between them.
Where is your university, Telius?
Oh, and because you would know this from going, and you would know this, Bree, from being from the area, there's also the hole.
The hole.
The what? Oh, okay.
What is that?
Your characters know.
Alright, cool, but Eric needs to know if Enda knows.
So if Bree knows, may I roll a perception check?
No.
An intelligence check?
If you just know what it is.
You do know.
What is the hole then?
Your characters know.
Okay.
There's a hole.
Hasn't been brought up.
It's known as the hole.
Where is the university, Telius?
How
Further
far?
south. Yeah.
Yeah, but would
How
that
many
be
days?
Down the river.
That would be on the river. Yeah. If you
Yeah.
follow the river, you'll reach Rusrael, the town with the university in.
And how many days is that
Long
from
time.
there to Dalbaz?
From Dalbaz all the way to Rusrael, it is a while. Because in between is all of that land that
Yeah.
the Prakir Kruti are like, this is mine.
Yeah.
And the road, the one road that goes through the Tiefling villages, goes way the fuck around this land. They want nothing to do.
But the river cuts right through it.
But the river goes through. But there is a lot of land. There is... so it would take days.
But I know if the river runs faster farther south. than the
It
village.
does start running quicker the further you go. Yeah, because like other like little waterways start feeding into
Right.
the river, and
Sure.
it does go quicker.
And it still takes that long.
It'll take days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Multiple days going past. Well, you figure it could take probably a couple days just to get to your village.
Mm.
And your village is pretty far north on this land.
Yeah.
So I would know then. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it'll take. I mean, it could probably take. I mean, depends on how quick you're going. Depends on. You also know that further south, you certainly would know this. You would. So being able to plan, you know that there's more like islands dotting, right? And it's not just one big ass river straight through. So it can also get a little more dodgy further south. So it's really hard to say because you don't know what obstacles you're going to come across, but you've got a journey to Rusrael.
So from your village, probably a week, maybe.
Good. We'll go. And get the answers we seek.
Yes. Now, would I know if there was any treaty between the Ox people and the university?
No.
There's no way that they would respect the treaty.
Yeah.
anyway.
No, there's
Piece
no
of paper.
So
This
there-
piece of paper
It's not
protects me.
well,
here's the thing. So there's no
Yeah, I'll talk about
diplomacy.
Okay.
There is like, and this is something that I think interests the people in the university quite a bit. So other people, like people from the towns, wouldn't think about it as much, but towns don't come up with treaties or they just kind of do their thing, and there's almost like an unspoken agreement to just keep doing things the way they're doing. The closest thing they have is sending up a single person that is considered the southern delegation up to Chalnagar, and there's no equivalent being sent down south. Chalmagar, the powers that be in Chalmagar couldn't give a fuck what's happening down south.
So,
But that southern delegation person is actually from the university.
so as I'm starting to spend more time with Body and see what happened with the orcs, would it be safe to assume that I'm starting to, well, I guess that's how I feel, but that there was really no chance of me ever getting some type of treaty with the orcs or any of the wild.
I don't think you get that. Actually, if anything, the Prakirkruti and the orcs have more diplomacy.
Yeah.
I mean, even just in battle, they just interact with each other. Like, the powers of each of the tribes will interact with each other more. The Prakirkruti will speak to each other. The orcs will speak to each other. They don't parlay so much across, right? But, yeah, no, they are maybe more apt to do that sort of thing than the Tiefling villages are very much like...
Yeah.
There's no meetings of the Agaz, right? There's merchants that might go from one to the other, and like opportunistic people like, oh, you have a bunch of sheep over here, you have a bunch of goats over there, let's trade that back.
So we are heading down to Rush Isle then, right? Okay.
Eventually, that is the direction. If you continue on the river, that's the direction you were going.
Alright, so I'm going to address the party then. I'm going to say, well, it seems we're heading down there. So I feel that it's important that you guys know a thing or two about me, because I'm actually from there originally. This is the place that I was born.
Where is it?
Rusrael. I was not particularly, let's say, popular as a child. I was somewhat of an outcast. In Tiefling society, I was known as a dirty blood. That's correct, right? Dirty blood? Is that it? Dirty blood? I'm gonna go with that.
Something like that.
I was called a dirty blood. The reason for this being, and I wave my hand and cast major image, and two humans walk out like from behind the mast or whatever, and one is my father, and one is a human woman who kind of is non-distinct because I don't know what she looks like, because I'm assuming we don't have photography.
No. No daguerreotypes, yeah.
Okay. Somehow I was born to two human parents. Nobody knows how this was. My mother died in childbirth. My father, he said that he would care for me regardless and raised me as a human child. This was obviously abnormal, as I was not a slave like him by birth. I did not tell anyone this for obvious reasons. And the major image sort of wisps and turns into a small version of myself who stands in front of me, who is then, you see a bunch of other small tieflings and tieflings of different sizes and appearances, and the others just start beating the shit out of him, and with different kinds of blunt weapons, even some throwing stuff at him, and take off my jacket and my shirt and stuff, and revealing the scarification that I have. I say, if I am truly tiefling, wonderful, but I don't know. This is what my life was like before I left. I am not overly fond of Rusrael for that reason. I would understand if you have lost respect for me, Zephahim.
No, I haven't, but I do have a question for you.
That's warranted.
If your parents are both human and you are here, how can you not believe in Sazish? That this was something that he wanted for you?
Imagine growing up as a child and being rejected by the tieflings that were supposed to embrace you as a child of
cares about-
Sazish,
cares
and being
about this?
beaten and smashed and
You don't.
burned
You don't think that I got the shit kicked out of me too? That I didn't
for being
deal
who
with
you
these
are
things?
by your own people.
Of course. Who else would do it? I understand in that what you went through, but what I don't get is how you could live your whole life thinking that Sazish did not make this happen for you.
No great holy man of Sazish ever came to me. They all rejected me. At every opportunity, I was spoken down to, cast aside.
It is strange.
The only care I received was the care of my father, who I would even somewhat reject myself because he was supposed to be less than I was. I felt I was supposed to, but he cared for me anyway.
It is a strange situation, but
And yet humans are supposed to be less than us. Family is a bizarre thing to me.
Where's your father now?
My father is still in Rusrael. I hope. That's where he was last.
He's human.
and your mother,
He is human.
He's slave.
A slave.
and your mother.
I never knew her, but I'm told she was human. She did die in childbirth.
Yes, forgot about that.
It's probably these.
Who told you she was a human?
My father. And everybody else.
He come from humans. And says he should pay you.
What if she wasn't?
Perhaps she wasn't, and everyone else in my entire life was lying to me. It wouldn't be the first. It wouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world. But that'd be one hell of a con.
What do you know of this Telius?
I have no reason to know him.
Is the
What
memory of
family?
the elves so
You-
short?
You would certainly know that it's a thing. I mean, there's a word for it, right? Dirty blood. Like if it's not super common, but it's common enough. There's a word for it. It's not.
I think
It's
they
not
know
unheard
him.
of. Yeah.
I had to learn to speak the way I do to prevent people from beating me to death.
Whereas in Dalbaz, I think it's a different story. You wouldn't have heard of that happening.
I'm sorry that this is the life you lived before.
I
Right.
just
You not be sorry for him. What are we to shed tears over the hardships? It made him who he is.
I do not expect tears or pity. I do not want any surprises.
I agree. I get the shit kicked out of me too. I had to steal to eat. I had to do my fair share of fighting.
And you had your brother.
He was not really my brother. He became my brother.
This is the failing of your race.
What?
You are not yet people, and you will have to fend for yourselves. You should have been watched over.
There was nobody.
I would have given anything to be left to be watched over.
At least you know your parents. At least your father.
This is why you are the way you are. This is why your blood is corrupted.
It's not his fault or mine. It's not our fault that we were born.
I do not speak of blame, just causality. This is why you are the way you are. This is why there are no bonds of kinship among you.
Fair.
Know this. I know this too. My people will come, and all of this will be washed away. That is all.
I hope I did it for your sake.
For my sake.
And the sake of all your people. Yes. I do.
My people are doing what they always have done.
And they will persist.
Can only hope. And if not, so be it. That is the way of the world. Strong survive.
This is true. This is my experience as well. That is why I am still here. And so are you. That is why you are still here.
You're goddamn right.
But yours is the strength of the individual, not of the circle of protection. You do not watch out for each other. Instead, you seek to sabotage each other, to lie and betray for the gain of yourself and the individual. That is not a circle. It is weakness, easily exploited.
True.
And you have let yourselves be cowed by devils, by powers greater than yourselves. Do not worry. Soon you will be set free.
What would you have us do? To become respected as a people, rather than individuals.
This is a fair
You
question.
do not become respected. You have to earn it for yourself.
You all continue on, heading southward down the Shanhara River, knowing Dalbaz is not too far ahead, and something new and different ahead of that. And as you're going, I think you will hear Badi, and I don't know if you're singing it or humming it, but a tune is popping into your head, one that you remember Nana Babu always singing when the children came around her. That strange, powerful, dangerous figure that she was. And as you would do tasks for her and gather her wood or weed her garden, she would sing, "The children run through the great one's hooves, yelling, laughing, shouting. You must be quick or you will get squished. Yelling, crying, shouting." And we'll leave it off there. Woo. Thank you very much, everybody. Twas a good one. We had a little bit of battle fake out, or I didn't know if Zephahim was running in, guns blazing, but you know.
Psych, and then leaves.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching. We're back every single Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So that might be, you know, a little off depending on where you're watching from. Some internet problems. Again, I can see it happening even while I'm running the game. So we're trying to figure that out. But I will be able to upload the full, hopefully uninterrupted stream to YouTube sometime later this week. So keep an eye out for that if you want to rewatch or if you want to recommend it to a friend. But thank you very much. Everyone have a great week. Bye.